welcome back to the Unconventional OB. I am your host, Dr. Tasheema Fair, board certified OBGYN, Kingdom Wellness Strategist, and I am so glad you are here today because we're having a real raw conversation about something that frustrates so many women I meet. Like, why do regular traditional doctors seem unable to help when it comes to things like inflammation, brain fog, gut issues, weight gain, and hormonal imbalances? We're going to get all up into the details today. Question: have you ever gone to the doctor, poured out your heart of symptoms, and you walked away with either another prescription, a referral, or the dreaded phrase, everything is normal or everything looks normal? This is the episode you need to stick around for. This is for you. Stay tuned. All right, listen. I want to shed some light on the limitations of our traditional medical model and why it's not designed to solve these issues, and what you can do instead to actually get your energy, your clarity, your vitality, and your balance back on track, sister. I got you. Just stick around. So our medical system is symptom based. Trying to get that out. Here's the first thing you need to know. All right. Traditional medicine is built to diagnose and treat disease, not to optimize health. Doctors are trained, like me, I was trained to look for specific patterns that match a diagnosis. That's what we were trying to do. However, that means unless your labs are screaming like diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid disease, high cholesterol, or some other named condition, you'll likely be told you're fine. But here's the truth. I know you feel miserable. I know you feel inflamed. You feel like crap. You feel exhausted and foggy long before disease ever shows up on a test. Like your body is screaming bloody murder. Let's take inflammation as an example. Chronic low grade inflammation is a root cause of so many health issues, from joint pain and weight gain to brain fog and hormonal chaos. But unless that inflammation, is has progressed into something like arthritis or autoimmune disease like hypothyroidism, most doctors aren't trained to see it or address it. They'll treat your symptoms, but not the underlying fire that's fueling it, not the root cause. You guys know. I hope you're getting what I'm putting down right here, because this is some good stuff. So how do we? They do some quick fixes, but here's another problem: time. Right? We got some issues. The average primary care appointment is like 7 to 15 minutes. They're shuffling people in. So there's barely enough time to say hello, discuss one or two concerns, and write a prescription or write a referral or order a test. And what happens in those short visits? You get a quick fix: a pill for reflux, a pill for sleep, a pill for your mood. But nobody asks, why do you have reflux in the first place? Why aren't you sleeping? Why are you feeling anxious or depressed? What's up with that? Nobody asked that. That's not getting asked. So gut health, hormone balance, and inflammation are complex problems. They require time, deeper questions, and a whole person view. But our healthcare system isn't structured that way. Not at all. So women end up with more medications. Yeah, just look in your medicine cabinet. But they don't end up with real solutions. Very few end up with real solutions. Unless you find a doctor that's doing that stuff, especially a traditional doctor. So traditional medicine is also siloed, like you're in a bubble. You see a gastroenterologist for your gut, an endocrinologist for your hormones, a neurologist for brain fog, maybe a psychiatrist for mood. But guess what? What? You guys. You guys. Yeah, just guess what? All of these systems are connected, right? Your gut bacteria affects your brain chemistry. Your hormones influence your mood, your metabolism, even your digestive system. Like inflammation like ties it all together. Okay? You can't there's no one thing without the other. Everything affects everything. So, but the system treats you like you're a collection of separate parts instead of one integrated person. That's why so many women, get bounced around from this person, this specialist to this specialist without any answers. It's not that these doctors don't care. That's not the case. They're just trained to focus on one organ or one lab number, not the whole picture. That's not the way it traditional medicine is designed. So I hope you guys are understanding the big picture right now. And then there's the gender gap. Women, us, sisters, especially in the midlife, are often dismissed. Fatigue must be stress, brain fog, probably perimenopause, weight gain, eat less, move more. Oh my God. If I had a dime for every time somebody said that, I'd be so rich right now. But let me tell you, your symptoms are not just in your head, and they're not just a part of you getting older. Like perimenopause and hormone shifts are real. It's real out here. But they're not an excuse to ignore the inflammation, right? The gut imbalances and the stress overload that make these symptoms worse. Y'all getting that? I hope you're getting that because this is some good stuff here. So, too many women are told like everything is normal. That's what we get. When they know something is up, like in your heart of hearts, something is off. And that dismissal not only leaves women frustrated, but also leaves them suffering unnecessarily. And you're suffering in silence most of the time. So, what is the way forward? How do we fix it? There, we got some. I got you. And then, what do you do when the traditional model just isn't the path? It isn't enough to get you where you need to go. You got to take the root cause approach, also known as the root cause analysis. That's when asking, What's driving the inflammation? What's happening in the gut? How are stress, sleep, nutrition, and toxins impacting your hormones? Great questions, right? That's the questions we got to get to. It also means shifting the focus from disease, per se, disease management, to health optimization. How do we optimize your health? Instead of waiting until your labs are bad enough, right? You make changes early on so you never have to get to that point. So we have to start prevention. Prevention is key. This is why I practice the way I do and why I created spaces like the Elite Reset Challenge, right? Or any of my other programs, because you don't need another prescription. You need a blueprint that looks at your whole self, right? Your mind, your body, and your spirit, and gives you tools to restore balance. You want healthy balance. That's what we have to get to. So I hope this is helping somebody right now. So here's the bottom line, my girl. Here's the bottom line. Traditional doctors aren't failing you because they don't care. They're failing you because the system that they work in isn't built to address chronic interconnected health issues like inflammation, brain fog, gut problems, weight gain, and hormones. It's just not designed for that. And that's the way it is. So if you're listening today, listen good. And you're nodding your head, you're like, yeah, I know. I know. Know this. There is another way. There is a better way. You can take back the reins. You can get back control. You can dig into the root causes and you can feel vibrant again. And that's why I'm here. So if this episode like resonated with you, do all the YouTubey things, share it with another woman who needs to hear this message. And if you're ready to take action, I want you to join me in the Elite Reset Challenge. The link will be in the description of this video. Because together we'll uncover the habits, the strategies, and the blueprint that will help you reset your health for good. And that's what we want to do. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. Like, comment, all the YouTube things, right? And I want you to stay healthy, stay vibrant, and stay unconventional.